there with a guy with a black shirt with some latex gloves that's going to protect me. It's much different than a guy hiding behind a rock with a cell phone wanting to blow me up. So this is fun. You know, I love fighting. It's a huge sport, and I'm a huge fan of it. So I get a kick out of it. It's totally different. You know, I've been since basic training. I've been called a lot of things. Some mostly bad. Most recently, you know, special forces, sniper, Green Beret, Ranger. You know, now professional mixed martial artist. You know, but I'm proud to say that I'm a Texan now. I live here. I live in Austin. And you know, I hope that all of Texas can come out and support me as I get the middleweight belt.
Behind Jacare, is it fair to say toughest fight of your career, most important fight of your career?
You know, as your career progresses, every next fight is the most important one. So, you know, after I beat Jacare and have the title, they're going to say, "Is this your most important fight of your career?" So I take every single fight with extreme seriousness, and I take Jacare very seriously. I have great respect for him as an athlete, as a fighter. He's very talented. You know, this is a tough fight. I don't know if he's my toughest opponent, but you know, it's nice to be able to train full time. So it's going to be a tough fight for him.
I think I progressed well. I mean, the Bobby Lashley that fought my first fight is completely different from the Bobby Lashley that's going to be fighting August 21st. And I mean, I'm just anxious to get back out there. I had a little setback there for a little while, and when I finally got clear, I called Coker and Strikeforce and begged them to be on this card. It's a great card, so I'm just excited to get back out there and start fighting again. And as far as comparing myself to the other heavyweights, we'll find out real soon. I think they'll start. I'll have opportunity to start fighting those guys come the next few months or the next year or whatever it is. But I'm anxious to go against some of those guys.
Well, hello? Jimmy, I just want to thank Showtime first, if you don't mind. Thank Showtime, thank you Strikeforce, thank you Scott for bringing me out here. You know, George, he's a tough fighter. I think it's going to be an exciting fight. You know, every fight I've had has been, you know, the best fight or, you know, what people want to see. So I'm really excited to come back here to Texas. You know, I finished high school here. My mom and my dad still live here. My family's here. I think I don't want to take any credit for it, but I told Scott a year and a half ago, hey, you got to go to Houston. You got to go to Houston. It's a great market. You know, there's great fans there. And finally, we're here, man, and we're at the Toyota Center. You know, this place is new. It's huge. I'm super excited. The fans are awesome here down in Texas. I'm glad to be back down here training. You know, the market has been great down here. I was looking, and I saw some old faces. I saw Saul in the crowd. I did open hand pancrase 8 years ago, right down the street here, before you know, MMA was even big. You know, this is like when Rico was champ, before even Tito was champ. You know, the crowd was good back then, and I just love going back here, man. I won my title here in Texas. Now I'm back here in Houston. You know, where I went to school, and I'm super excited. I'm guaranteeing, you know, a great fight. I worked my butt off, and I don't think I'll let anybody down when I come out to fight. You know, I think he's actually the one that won the fight. I think since he saw my last fight go to the ground, I think he can take it down and submit me. But that's all I work on, man. It's wrestling, jiu-jitsu. So I think I'm gonna, you know, keep it standing, keep it exciting. You know, whether you want to call it a war or whatever, it's gonna be like all my other fights, man. I'm gonna pick them apart, you know, mentally, and just take my shots, and it's gonna be an exciting fight, man. You know, and. You know, like every fight, it's just, you know, I just train my butt off, and I think my stand's a little bit better than his. So I'm just working all around. I've been working a lot on the spandex guard, and you know, just getting ready for the fight.
All right, with Fei Zhao, I saw Fei Zhao on Show Elite AC, and I heard people talking about him, and I was like, I'm gonna end up fighting him, and I'm gonna beat him. I saw Fedor, and everyone was talking about how great he was, and as it came closer, you know, me fighting Japan, and then I was a free agent, and then I just felt like I was going to end up fighting him, but it didn't happen, and I don't know what's going to happen with him yet, but I think anybody, you know what I'm saying, I envision myself going fighting, I can beat, you know, same thing with Quick, you know, I'd wear him out, you know what I'm saying, that'd be an easy fight for me, you know what I'm saying, my boy Rashad already did it, so there's no point in me doing it, but if I study people, I study film, and I see people's weaknesses, and there's a lot of people out there that they're very flawed. I'm flawed myself, but I know that in a fight, I can put you in your weak spot. And that's what I did with Musasi, and that's what I'm gonna continue to do with people I fight. Because with Musasi, I saw Musasi on TV when he beat my boy Babu, and I noticed that, like, you know, in the past when he went, he would celebrate. And I've been overseas, man. I've been to Russia and Iran and everywhere, Uzbekistan, Turkey, and I've seen how people from different cultures act. And I noticed that when Fedor wins and a lot of the Russians win, they don't celebrate. And I noticed Musasi was the same thing, but then when he beat Babu, he went crazy and started like throwing his arms up, you know, cheering. So I was like, I looked at him and was like, man, he's acting fake. He's a fake Fedor, and I'm gonna expose him, I'm gonna beat him. And that's what I saw.
I don't think it's so much pro wrestling brings something to the MMA game. I think with Brock, I mean, he had a wrestling background, as well as like Mo and a lot of other fighters right now. They had that wrestling background, the amateur wrestling background. That's what they're bringing into it. But as far as pro wrestling, I think one thing that I can take from pro wrestling is that I can get in front of a crowd and not get nervous. I know that when I get in the cage, I don't care how many people are out there, I'm not going to be nervous. I mean, I was at WrestleMania, there was 85,000 people there, and I didn't get nervous there, so I don't think I'm going to get nervous in a fight where there's 15 or 20,000 people in the crowd. So I think that's the main thing that I can take from pro wrestling. And then just being able to travel and go from different places, like the fights here in Houston. I'm from Dallas, or I live in Denver. I spent some time in Dallas, and I do some training in Florida, so I can bounce from place to place and be able to rest and get up and train and everything like that. I think that's also what we take from pro wrestling. Well, in MMA, they're actually trying to kill me.
Well, there is that.
Some matches in pro wrestling, I think my opponent might try to kill me also, but MMA, it's real. I mean, we're going out there. So there is still a level of insecurity, I guess you'd say, not fear, just a little insecurity. So there is a little difference, but the grand scheme of things, being in front of the crowd and walking out there and everything, I think the pro wrestling side kind of gave me the attitude of being able to take the energy and use it in my fights.
Thank you.